Welcome back to my channel. This is Her Conscious Styles, and I am limitless, boundless conscious energy masquerading as a human being named Mercedes Alexis. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the topic of magic. The outline that I wrote for this video is, in TV shows, books, and movies, when they speak about mortals versus people with magical powers, that is an example of us. Mortals are those that identify with the limitations of humanness and reason, while people with magical powers are those who identify with the limitless pure potential energy that we all truly are. When you rightfully identify with that limitless pure potential energy, you make magic by consciously choosing and allowing only what you desire, understanding that it is you and your beliefs in possibility, in limitlessness, in abundance, in love, in well-being that creates your life. Mortals only allow themselves to experience logic, cutting themselves off from their own ability to make magic, because it is within us all. By their own chosen beliefs in limitation, in lack, in fear, in doubt. Positive belief is the magic that creates all good things. The word abracadabra literally translates to, I create as I speak. Belief is the magic that creates all things, good and bad. A magician, someone who creates magic, is one who positively directs their beliefs in a way that allows them to consciously create their desires instead of creating by default based on the 3D and what is realistic. Being realistic is to deny yourself of the magic within you that allows you to be, do, and have all things. Because that is who you truly are. We've all had the experience where you meet somebody who is just so happy and so confident and so successful, and you're in awe. You can't believe, like, how could they be that happy? How could they be that happy and that successful? How could they be that happy and that successful and that confident? It's hard for you to wrap your mind around that idea, and it almost feels to you like they're doing a magic trick right in front of your eyes, right? Like they're doing something and creating something and being something that you yourself could not imagine is possible. They're creating magic in front of your eyes by being themselves, by being confident, by being successful, by being happy, despite everything that's going on in the 3D. And it makes you wonder yourself, what is wrong with me? I can't be living in the same world as this person because they've been able to do this, and this, and I feel held back by this, and this. Are we living in the same world? What makes them so special? How are they able to be that kind of person? How are they able to shine their light so brightly? How are they able to attract the things that they want into their experience? They're creating magic by consciously choosing their thoughts, consciously choosing their expectations, consciously choosing their beliefs, and directing them only in the direction of what they want. It's like you see in a movie or a TV show when a magician is doing a magic trick. What do? They either point their finger and say some spell or say some type of word or think about exactly what they want to create. And by pointing their finger or pointing a wand, the thing comes to be, because they're focusing their energy, their creation power, their magical powers by thinking of the thing that they want and then allowing it to be by directing their energy to allow it to physically manifest, to allow it to physically appear. We are doing the exact same things with our thoughts, with our expectations, with our beliefs. Every day, in every instant, we're all capable of creating magic. We're all capable of being magicians, of being people that people look at in awe because we know who we are, because we're happy, because we're successful, because we've done the things that we want to do and we're constantly doing them. But that's a conscious choice that you have to make in each moment by consciously choosing to create your own reality based on your own desires, based on your own imagination and not on the 3D, because the 3D is a reflection. Things have to happen in your imagination, in your mind, in your consciousness before they could ever reflect in 3D, before they could ever reflect in your physical experience. An example that I wanted to give of this that would better help people understand how they can create magic, or how the people that do create magic do it, and why so many people are not able to access those levels of confidence, those levels of happiness, those levels of success and self-assurance that so many people strive for and never get to. So I created this awesome chart to show how we as adults prioritize our time and thus energy. Keep in mind, these are not exact. For different people, the percentages may move, they may adjust in certain ways. You may not have a specific person, you may not have a super close relationship with your family or have a lot of friends, and so your energy is directed in other areas or other things. Maybe you have kids that you're focused on, maybe you have a certain hobby that you're focused on, maybe you take care of a family member, maybe you do certain things in the community. Whatever, we all have our own pie chart with our own priorities that we as adults think are the most important things in our life, that we as adults put our energy the most in, that we as adults focus our attention the most on, that we as adults focus our energy in the directions the most of. You have this pie chart, and I don't know if you've done the math so far, but if you have, you would have noticed that all the different parts in your life, or the average adult's life, again, no matter how you want to adjust it to make it personalized, only add up to 95%. And there's a missing 5%. That missing 5% are your thoughts and feelings. Your thoughts and feelings are the consciousness itself that you are. That is what that 5% is. Most adults only allow a very small percentage of their time, their energy, their effort to be directed into that, into the things that they're thinking about, into the feelings that they're feeling, into the way that the things that they are doing make them feel. They're more so focused on these important adult things that we all have to do, that have to come first and that take priority and that are more important than your thoughts, than your feelings, than your awareness, than your sense of self. It usually comes last for most people. It usually comes last. So think about it that way. And this 5%, your thoughts and feelings, your consciousness itself, is your imagination. It is where you think about your life, where you create your life. Think of those thoughts and feelings as your beliefs, because that is what they are. Your thoughts and the way that you feel about things are your beliefs that you are usually recreating. Very rarely are we creating new beliefs and expanding ourselves and growing our consciousness. We're usually recreating. So those beliefs that we have, that 5% that's taking up the smallest space on our pie chart, is actually the most important thing. Most people feel like once I get all these other things in order, once I have all these other things in order, once I've made sure all my bills are paid, once I've made sure all my personal responsibilities are taken care of, once my specific person is happy and we're in a good relationship, once I have great relationships with my friends and family, once I have this, once I have that, once I have my goals and desires, then I'll be able to focus my attention and energy on getting my thoughts and feelings together. Then I'll be able to ask myself, how are you feeling? Then I'll be able to actually consciously think about what I'm thinking about instead of just being on autopilot because I'm trying to accomplish these goals and get these things and be this person. Not realizing that the 5% is all that you need to and actually can change is the 5%. When you focus on and change the 5%, the thoughts, the feelings, the consciousness, the belief that you actually are, the rest of the 95% will have no choice but to reflect that 5%. If there are things in your life that are not going the way you want them to go, it's rooted in that 5%. It's rooted in your thoughts and beliefs. It's rooted in your consciousness. And that is the only way that you can change them, through those things, not through the 3D physical experience, not through action, consciously. Our consciousness is the only place that we can do anything. And that then reflects in the 3D. So think of it that way. The next time you see somebody and they look like they're creating magic right in front of your eyes by being this successful, confident, happy person that you can't imagine being attainable, realize that that person has learned, that person has decided that the 5% is more important than the other 95%. That person has trusted that if they have the 5% in order, the other 95% will have no choice but to be in order. And then eventually the 5% becomes the 95%. your thoughts, your feelings, the consciousness that you are, your beliefs. Those things become the biggest part, the biggest priority, the most real, the most focused on, the most energized part of your life. And therefore, everything in the 3D reflects that positively, and you allow yourself everything that you desire. But it starts in consciousness. It starts with allowing yourself to create the magic that is believing in the things that you desire. And that belief attracts them into your experience. If you ever watch an interview with a magician, they'll always tell you that it's the confidence. They believe that they can do that trick, and you believe as the person watching that you can't. And that's what makes it that much more special. Wow, I can't do that. They can. I wonder how they can do that. So the next time you ever find yourself thinking that, wondering about that about anybody, no matter what they're doing, oh, I wonder how they can do that. That's so cool. How can I do that? Remind yourself that they are doing that by consciously choosing to do that, by believing that they can do that. And you have that same exact power within you. You can choose to do that thing, and you can believe that you can do that thing. And sure enough, in due time, your 3D physical experience will have no choice but to reflect what you decide. Will have no choice but to reflect the magic that you are consciously creating. Will have no choice but to reflect the magic that you are creating with your intentional thinking, with your deliberate feeling. Everything that you want is available to you. Your belief is the magic that allows it. Be the magician that you naturally are. Allow yourself to be what you are.